Although Wes Hampton never sought attention, his voice has grown to be one of the most well-known and adored in gospel music. Wes has always distinguished himself in a field full of strong vocalists and dominating entertainers by fusing warmth, humility, and sincere faith. His voice soothes, uplifts, and inspires. He is a worshiper first, a family guy before a performer. Wes is most known for being a member of the Gaither Vocal Band since 2005. He has been a constant presence and emotional pillar for the group. In addition to being a vocalist, every harmonic gains depth and soul from his rich, velvety baritone. Wes never attempts to steal the show when he performs with greats like David Phelps, Michael English, or Bill Gaither. Rather, he subtly conveys the essence of the song, providing listeners with a strong and personal connection. However, the Gaither Vocal Band wasn't the beginning of Wes Hampton's tale, and it most definitely doesn't end there. The bravery to decide what really counts. Wes Hampton's story demonstrates the ability of religion to lead one through life's most difficult choices. It was not an easy decision to leave the Gaither Vocal Band. Rather, it was one that was formed during the quiet times of introspection, prayer, and love. Wes accepted a higher calling by leaving a stage that offered him recognition and cheers, the call to be there for his family, to foster his spiritual development, and to pursue ministry according to his own terms. Wes's story serves as a reminder that in the fast-paced world of today, when success is frequently determined by recognition, real fulfillment arises when our lives are in line with our core beliefs. His decision shows us that sometimes the most courageous thing to do is to reject the accolades from the outside world and follow the whispers from our hearts and faith. What truly counts is evident in Wes's dedication to his family, which includes the late-night conversations, the birthdays he avoids missing, and the ordinary, everyday moments. The gospel music community is not the only group that finds resonance in this message. Wes's story inspires a mindset that prioritizes presence over reputation for anyone juggling professional aspirations with personal responsibilities. Furthermore, Wes's ongoing ministry through community service and solo endeavors demonstrates how deviating from one course can lead to fresh, fulfilling opportunities for inspiration and service. His legacy endures in every note he sings, every life he touches, and every family he holds dear. It is not limited to the years he spent with the Gaither Vocal Band. Wes and Bill Gaither's friendship is a stunning illustration of mentorship based on mutual respect and faith. It emphasizes how genuine mentoring promotes not just career advancement, but also mental and spiritual health. Their relationship serves as a reminder that the best way to gauge success in both ministry and life is to see how we affect other people and how eager we are to support them through every phase of life. Ultimately, Wes Hampton's narrative is about having the guts to listen, follow orders, and live a true life. It is the story of a guy who realized that quiet commitment to what God has placed on his heart can sometimes be the most significant stage, rather than being in front of dazzling lights. As supporters, we can honor Wes for his honesty, modesty, and unshakable faith in addition to his extraordinary talent. No matter how challenging the way may appear, his journey encourages us to reevaluate our own priorities and pursue a life that fulfills our genuine calling. Wes Hampton's history serves as a potent reminder that we may build a life and a ministry that genuinely endures when we prioritize our faith over notoriety, our family over wealth, and our purpose above recognition. Childhood and musical origins. Born in 1977 in Spartanburg, South Carolina, Wes Hampton came from a musical and religious family. His passion for service and music was evident from an early age, singing in church as a child. Wes was raised in a strong Christian home and soon became passionate about worship. He developed his musical abilities as a teenager by taking up the guitar and keyboard and directing worship at his neighborhood church. His happiness came from encouraging faith and uplifting others via song, not from celebrity. The ministry perspective he would carry throughout his career, music as service, as a means to touch hearts and draw people closer to God, was shaped by his early church experiences. Entering the profession of music. In the late 1990s, Wes relocated to Nashville and quietly pursued his passion. He gained expertise in the Christian music industry while working as a songwriter and backing vocalist, lending his voice a welcome sense of stability right away. His baritone voice, which blended in well with the band's soaring tenor and lead vocals, became an essential component of their characteristic harmony. His voice serves as a foundation in songs like Jesus and John Wayne, I Am a Promise, and Because He Lives, Amen. It is warm, inviting, and solid. In addition to his vocal contributions, Wes emerged as the band's spiritual leader. Both his bandmates and his fans respected his modest faith and sincerity. Wes personifies the core of the Gaither Vocal Band's mission both on and off stage, worshiping God first, changing lives second. Wes Hampton and Bill Gaither, a faith-based and mentoring relationship. Wes Hampton and Bill Gaither share a strong spiritual and personal tie that extends well beyond their straightforward business partnership. In 2005, Wes received an invitation from gospel music icon Bill Gaither to join the Gaither Vocal Band. For Wes, this was a ministry collaboration and a divine calling, not just a job opportunity. In addition to looking for extraordinary vocal talent in his band, Bill Gaither is renowned for placing a high value on morality and religious beliefs. Wes struck a profound chord with Bill because of his humility, faith, and commitment to ministry. Wes was more than simply a vocalist to Bill. He was a man who genuinely lived out his beliefs both on and off the stage. Wes's contribution to the Gaither Vocal Band expanded beyond his vocals. He improved both his singing and spiritual leadership skills under the guidance of Bill Gaither. Their bond has frequently been characterized as a father-son connection, characterized by mutual respect, mentoring, and a common dedication to the gospel. Wes's rich baritone voice was the cornerstone of the band's harmonies across innumerable performances and recordings, providing warmth and harmony to the group's sound. Bill and Wes's on-stage and off-stage connection became a brilliant example of how a mentor and protege can work together to promote gospel music and ministry. Bill Gaither is much more to Wes Hampton than just his boss or band leader. He is a father figure and spiritual mentor who supported him through the most significant periods of his career. Bill created a family-like environment in the band that helped Wes find his genuine calling and purpose in ministry. Bill Gaither's impact is still evident today. Whether Wes is playing solo or with the Gaither Vocal Band, Wes's faith is strengthened by Bill's mentoring, and his singing gains a genuine authenticity that resonates with listeners all around the world. The Gaither Vocal Band's magnificent days. Bill Gaither, a titan of gospel music who has coached numerous vocalists, persuaded Wes to join the Gaither Vocal Band in 2005. Wes saw joining one of the most prestigious bands in the Christian music industry as a dream come true. Wes' warm, reliable baritone has supported both complex harmonies and strong leads over the years, helping to define the band's sound. Numerous performances, albums, and accolades throughout his tenure with the group solidify his reputation as a gospel superstar. However, Wes was more than simply a performer. He was a family guy, a worshiper, and a modest backstage helper. Even though he enjoyed singing and using music to minister, life outside of the spotlight started to demand more of him. The tipping point, prioritizing family. Behind the cheers and music was a man whose priorities had drastically changed. Wes Hampton's desire to be with his family was a major factor in his decision to leave the band. Long travels, weekend getaways, and late nights are all part of touring with a band like the Gaither Vocal Band. These sacrifices started to feel significant to a man who was committed to his roles as a spouse and father. Wes has frequently stated in interviews and introspection that his family life suffered as a result of being away from home. He desired to foster his marriage, be more there for his children's milestones, and offer the kind of presence that only a father who is genuinely present can offer. But not many talk about it publicly, striking a balance between personal obligations and professional goals. The answer was obvious to Wes. Family must come first. A purpose outside of the stage. Wes' departure was motivated by a desire to pursue a different vocation. Rather than giving up music or ministry, he saw that God was guiding him into a new era in which his ministry could reach beyond the Gaither Vocal Band stage. In order to have a more consistent and intimate influence, he concentrated on solo endeavors, songwriting, and church-based outreach. Wes chose to follow his spiritual vocation above pursuing attention or fame. This obedience meant letting go of a prosperous chapter in the hopes that God's purpose would surpass the accolades or acclaim. Exiting with dignity and maintaining friendship, The manner in which Wes' departure was handled was really elegant. There was simply thankfulness and respect for one another, no scandal or resentment. Beyond just their shared love of music, Bill Gaither and Wes Hampton have a close mentor-mentee bond. Bill acknowledged the value of family and calling and publicly backed Wes when he made the decision to leave. In addition to expressing their sadness, many also praised Wes for having the guts to put his priorities first. He finished a chapter with dignity and faith, and his legacy with the Gaither Vocal Band is untarnished. Life after Gaither, fresh starts. Wes Hampton has adopted a new way of living after departing. His solo career has taken off, thanks to CDs that showcase his passion for worship and narrative. Additionally, he spends more time with his family, which he has always valued. He is now able to engage people in new ways because his ministry feels more close and personal. The breadth of Wes' message and the sincerity of his faith, rather than the quantity of his tours, are what continue to impact gospel music. A decision that motivates. Wes Hampton's choice to depart from the Gaither Vocal Band serves as a potent reminder that not all success is determined by recognition or popularity. Sometimes it's about paying attention to the inner voice that demands purpose, family, and faith. Wes' tale is a beacon of courage and integrity in a world where fame and career frequently eclipse personal life. He made the decision to follow a path characterized by love and obedience rather than by expediency or popularity. His story gives hope and motivation to both fans and other musicians, demonstrating that true greatness is determined by how faithfully we live our lives off the stage as much as by what we do on it. Faith and family for the man behind the mic. Wes has always put his family first, even in the face of the demands of a recording and touring career. He is married, has kids, and is devoted to being a loving and present father and husband. Wes frequently discusses the value of striking a balance between ministry and family life in appearances and interviews. He attributes his long career in gospel music to the stability and support he received from his family. Everything he does is based on his religion. Wes is candid about his relationship with God, sharing tales of adversity, development, and hope. He sees music as a calling to inspire and serve, not just a career. Life outside of the band. Wes has pursued solo endeavors, songwriting, and evangelism outside of the Gaither Vocal Band. Even though the band continues to play a significant role in his career, his solo albums, which are replete with meditations on faith, family, and life's obstacles, reveal a more private and intimate side of his music. In addition, Wes conducts worship at churches and conferences around the nation and coaches up-and-coming musicians through prayer, teaching, and encouragement. He touches lives in a way that goes beyond performances. Legacy. More than a voice alone, Wes Hampton's legacy is determined by the lives he has impacted via his devoted ministry, not by accolades or celebrity. His humble heart has been a ray of hope for many, and his steady baritone has been the reassuring voice behind innumerable moments of worship. Wes serves as a reminder of the value of quiet fortitude, sincere faith, and unshakable dedication in a society that frequently exalts flash and celebrity. His tale serves as an example of leading with integrity, choosing love above fame, and living a purposeful life. A religious, family, and musical life. Wes Hampton's story serves as a reminder that genuine success is determined by our shared love and faith, not by the size of the stage or the amount of applause. His unwavering voice, modest demeanor, and commitment to family demonstrate that ministry is about more than just performance. It's about fulfilling God's calling every single day.